All right, welcome back, guys. Jiu Jitsu Motivation Podcast. I'm Greg Melita, black belt, second degree, owner of Hampton's Jiu Jitsu.
And I am Brian DeLuca, black belt and author of Jiu Jitsu for Small People and Other Weird Shit I Think About.
Today, guys, we got the Xanadu God himself, Levi Jones, out in the Hamptons today, in the studio, just did a seminar at Hampton's Jiu Jitsu. And I've been meaning to get him on here for a while. So, Levi, appreciate you coming.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. I'm sorry I'm so difficult to communicate with. It is one of my biggest flaws. It is one of my biggest flaws, and I have to apologize for it continuously. So
yeah, a couple of times we were like DMing, and he's like, "Listen, I'm so sorry, man. I'm so bad." I'm like, "Dude, it's all good. It's all good, man."
Yeah, my parents just think I just don't love them. It's kind of awful. I feel bad all the time. It's really bad. Yeah. It's like I need to message or so many people back, but it's like I need a message my dad back first, and then
just get to the parents before I get to my friends. And
yeah, exactly. It's terrible. And then, I go fully reclusive because I just give up on everything. I'm just no, okay, and then it's spiral. Anyway, I'm here. I really appreciate you guys having us, and yeah.
Definitely. And you're getting ready for Gi Worlds, right?
Yes, getting ready for the World Championship. I've been working super, super duper hard for the last forever.
Since you started jiu-jitsu.
Hopefully this is the one. We can put it in the bag, get that world title, and then boycott the IBJJF because we need to get that paper.
That's true.
Am I right?
That's true.
We need to get that paper. So
you guys, I'm on this show. Yeah. I'm that same guy, man.
Yes. Yeah. Let me win this, and then let me boycott this. That's what I'm trying to do.
Well, because you won Euros. What was that? That was a couple years ago. I forget what year that was.
Yeah, that was 2019. Yeah. 2020, I didn't get to compete because of stupid COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And then here we are, 2021's first Worlds back. I got double disqualified at my first World Championship.
That's right.
I remember.
This is my first. This is my second.
Now wait, that double DQ. That was that for reaping? What was that? I forget what that was.
It was a stolen. It was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we got 2 penalties. It's 4 penalties to get disqualified, right? I should know this.
I think so.
I think it's 3 points, and then the 4th time you're disqualified.
I'll be so pissed off if you heard me say that just now. So we got 3 penalties for double pull, and on the 3rd one, I actually got a takedown, and I was on top, and then he put me in worm guard, and I was trying to do a smash pass, and I couldn't move because of the lapel, but the ref just thought I was stalling. I literally just couldn't move. I was trying to finish a pass. I was getting closer and closer, and he was no. And then everyone was super pissed, and he was the ref was fuck, and everyone was yelling at him, and I was crying.
Mm-hmm.
The other guy was super bummed. The ref honestly looked like he was about to cry as well. So it was
yeah, I mean, the refs are putting in an insane situation. You guys, the amount of preparation you guys put into it, and to have that, and it's just devastating.
Well, I remember watching that. Dude, you looked so upset. You were laying on the mat, if I recall, right?
Yeah, I'm quite. It was quite melodramatic. I'm not gonna lie.
I didn't mean it that way, man. I just was you look so upset. I was this dude.
No,
is upset.
I know. It's theatrical. It's theatrical. You get super upset in the losses, get super happy in the wins, but it makes it makes the story better or something. I don't know.
I felt.
I was devastated because honestly, you put so much into it at the time. For me at the time, that was my whole identity.
Mm-hmm.
Was seeing myself as a world champion. It was basically what got me through any difficult situation was just waking up and thinking I'm a black belt champion every day, just believing it so much, and just putting all literally every fiber of my being into that one thing, you know, kind of disregarding everything else, even time with family, times with friends, disregarding everything. So when it doesn't happen and you put everything into it, it just hurts even more, so that's why I think a lot of people are scared to try that hard because the pain of failing is really real when you put in that much effort. But at the same time it's worth it because it's for me anyway, it's like worth it because like I like that like sort of like intense sort of like passionate sort of like those feelings anyway. So like, regardless, it's gonna be like ups and downs, but like they're intense. I like it like that. Anyway,
speaking of identities, so how do we explain the Xanadu God identity?
yeah, I guess the Xanadu God. Honestly, it probably just like it kind of just like came naturally. Like I think I just started becoming more creative. Actually after that loss. Yeah, it was actually after that loss at Worlds that
And like COVID hit, and then
yeah, that definitely brought it out too, because it was like there was like, so after that loss at Worlds, mild identity crisis, not really, but just a mild one. But then when COVID hit, it was like major identity crisis, because I was like, all of like myself like was like where I got all my validation, all my self-esteem and everything like that was through jiu-jitsu. And then when jiu-jitsu was taken away from me, I was like left there like just like me without jiu-jitsu, and I was like, oh my god, who am I? And I was just like, that's when I started becoming like, I think like I started like going more into like my creative side. Like I was already after Worlds like drawing a lot and stuff, like doing music and stuff like that, but I started just valuing different things a bit more. Like I started valuing like my friend, like the people around me a bit more, like the people that I care about more, like friends, and just like my like creative things. Like I started like developing more of an identity outside of jiu-jitsu as well, like in terms of like music and art and stuff like that. And that almost as well, like kind of also built like a big safety net for me as well, like in terms of like pressure. Like now when I go into competition, I don't like, I'm still like working as hard as I did before in jiu-jitsu, but I also have like an identity outside of jiu-jitsu as well, which was built, which is like more like my creative side, which is more like actually like more myself actually. Like I feel like more like my actual self, like I found myself a bit more. And yeah, that's been like, I guess that's like when Xanadu God kind of like, that kind of like side came out as well. I'm trying to like get more into music and stuff like that too. Yeah.
I think that's awesome, because my whole, theory and beliefs on specifically jiu-jitsu is the creativity part of it, is going to carry you through more so than just being strict with how you learn. And you did the seminar today, and during the Q&A, I brought that up because when I first met you on the Kasai trip a couple of years ago, you came on the Kasai jet with us out at the Dallas. We got to connect. It was awesome. We went out, hung out, and then talking to you to find out that in Australia, you started at an MMA gym and then you moved over to a jiu-jitsu oriented gym. But to find out that the classes, especially the ones that you were doing there, it was all the way up to purple belt before you went to Unity. It was open mat format.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. I was doing a lot of that, like just like trying to like learn. Like I would just watch a lot of matches online and try to figure out stuff as much as I possibly could myself, and as well, like when I went to Unity, Murillo obviously helped me a lot getting like technically sound, like fixing up like my fundamentals, like giving me like a very good base structure, making sure my fundamentals are very good, and always helped me a lot. But he also, he's very good in the sense where he can identify which of his like students and stuff, like where their strong points are and like where their weak points are. And like with me specifically, he always like embraced like my creative side and like my creativity side, and like he always wanted me to like try to like think outside the box and stuff with like what I was like doing, and always like he was very much like that as well. So like I drilled together with him a lot, and we'd for him specifically, that's his like he has a very strong belief system around like creative outlets and like art and stuff like that. He's like super into that, and to him jiu-jitsu is like one of his main creative outlet, so he's he sees jiu-jitsu like as like an art form as well, like expressing yourself through it as well. So before any competition and stuff, he's always telling me as well, like, look, I don't care about the result, like just express yourself and like fight hard, you know? Like that's always what he tells me specifically before I compete. So it's always like yeah, it's like,
I mean, that's a mark of an amazing coach, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think so many people miss, like, you know, we talk about this all the time, like creativity in the art. I mean, it's an art, right? You know, it's a martial art, and creativity is such a valid point in there, and such a strong point to actually how you evolve past like some basics or some fundamentals. Like, you know, if you don't have creativity, you're only going to go so far with it, you know, especially in real time, right? When you're fighting.
I think it's the individuality. I mean, that's I mean, you know, the mark of a great professor like Murillo. I mean, I was watching him, and his top game is over underpass. His pressure, like you said, is unbelievable. But to have and to bring out the individuality of your students, like, you know, it's not just cookie cutter. You can't just, you know, want your students to do only the moves you're showing. Everybody's an individual. Everybody's got their own creativity. So it sounds like Murillo, why at Unity, is amazing guys, because everybody's got their own individual thing, and he's actually embracing it.
Yeah.
And everyone learns differently too. So did that play a lot into it? Like you said, he embraced your creativity, right? Was he tailoring almost your learning, or how he was working with you for you?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Like, definitely. Like, I think he just wanted me to, he would always get me to like work on specific things, but he used to say to me that he liked that I was like coachable, you know? Like, he would tell me like to do something. Anytime he told me to like do something, or told me like a way to do something, like I would like never forget it, you know? Like, even like the things like I learned at like the 5:30 class, like the fundamental class, like 4 years ago, like I still like remember them, you know, because I'm not usually like that, to be honest. Like in school, like I was like terrible, like I couldn't remember anything. But for some reason, like I guess it's just the right fit. When he tells me something, or like explains something to me, I just like, maybe I just don't forget it, you know. Like, maybe it's because I just try really hard, but
Yeah, I mean, I think it's that brings it back to what we always say. It's about balance. Like, of course, you know, you're not going to be able to do the new things and have all these high level techniques without the fundamentals. But at the same point, you can't just do the fundamentals all the time. Everybody has that individual creativity. So that's always the point that I bring home on the show, is that you need a balance. You can't have it one way or the other too much without having the foundations and the fundamentals. But to my point with you is that you came all the way up through the purple belt before Unity in this very creative format, because it was very unstructured. And I think that people should be doing that more, and don't have this fear of, oh, I just need to do the basics and that's it for a while. Everybody does, but there's a combo, there's a balance. You need to be experiment with your own body type, with your own flexibility, with your own personality.
Definitely.
You know, and you need to be in an environment that embraces that, which you found.
Definitely.
Yeah. So with that open mat format, what did, you know, growing up into purple belt, you said, you know, in your jiu-jitsu journey. So what did you feel like you took out of that the most, right, with learning?
I guess I learned. I got good at problem solving. I guess I got good at problem solving with the resources I had. So I would basically just, like, if I had a problem, I would figure it out by like trying to. I was pretty tedious because I was very obsessed, and I was very determined to get very good. So like I would if I had a problem or something happened, I would like go online and I'd watch. Like I'd look at like every match, and like I knew like every competitor, so I knew other people that would like come across the same problems just from like watching so many jiu-jitsu matches. And I'd find a match where there would be a similar problem, and I'd see like what that like world-class black belt did in that situation, and then I would like go and like just like drill it. And I'd usually learn from watching matches and stuff like that. When I got to Unity, then everything just changed. If I had a problem, I just asked Murillo. You know, and that's how I get it fixed now. But I guess just being able to see that something's a problem is like the first thing, you know, like just being able to like, okay, this is a problem, you know, that's like most of it. And then like now like you see something's a problem, like you identify something as a problem, then you can like fix it. But if you can't identify something's a problem, then like you don't get better because you don't ever try to fix it.
You also mentioned using the resources you had, right? Now, do you mean like external resources like, you know, your coaches or other people on the mat or whatever, even watching stuff, or but also you have your own resources, right? Your own physical attributes, your own game, your own intellect. Were you drawing on both resources or more on one or the other?
Yeah, I guess I was honestly, I was just like, when I said like resource, I was basically meaning like the internet.
That is a resource. That is a resource. It's a big resource.
YouTube.
YouTube.
But I did know I found like God, like I knew like my body like specifically, like God was like quite easy for me at the beginning, you know, like it was just like just came naturally to me, especially the berimbolo stuff. Like my body was like, it was just easier than like other techniques for me to do. Right. So that's why I just like kept doing it and like working like hard on it, you know. Even to this day, like I've done like, I've always like practiced the same amount of time like passing and doing guard. My passing's like gotten better, but like I still like just like revert to like using like my guard to like, just because like it just comes so much more naturally to me. I don't know what it is. I feel like my proportions or something are just like weird for like passing. Like I feel like my legs are like so long. I have like abnormally long legs. I feel like to like my torso or something, and like my arms are really long as well. So it's like guard is like way easy. It's really hard for me to get low.
Right.
You know.
Right. Yeah. No.
So the tripod passing works, but I keep getting fucking triangled.
Yeah, I have the other problem. I'm so short. My limbs are so short. It's easy for me to pass, but guard is hard. You know, for my resources.
Yeah.
You know.
You feel like that was in the last match, like you were playing top, and then you maybe better off just being on the bottom in that situation, or maybe do a double pull kind of thing, or no?
Look, I'm honestly like low key. My passing is pretty nice. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie.
I have to agree.
I felt pretty good. Like I was like, send me like, it was like, like, you know, pass it. It's a couple of those. Is that the side? I got, and honestly, like I could say like coulda, woulda, shoulda. I could make all these excuses, but at the end of the day, I got caught, and like I'm just trying to like actually just like get better now. You know?
That's it, man. The World's coming up. We're gonna see this Xanadu God at the Worlds, man. Kill it.
Yes.
So you think that's pretty much why like you're not seeing enough athletes getting supported by IBJJF, that now you're seeing events like Pro Grappling and things like that, where the athletes, whether it's gi or no gi, they just want to be supported.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, it's only a matter of time because like Jiu-Jitsu is becoming super popular, and they're like, you know, with all the people participating as well, like there is there's people that are watching it, and there's people that are going to be putting money into it. So like, you know, it's like at the point now where it's like, you're making that much money, just give us some money.
Well, you guys should be paid as, you guys are professional athletes. You should be paid like professional athletes. You know, it's that simple.
Yeah. And now you got your own gi company. What's that called? Surprisingly, it's something that we've heard already.
Yes, it's Xanadu God. Xanadu God. Just actually got one.
Nice.
This is Xanadu God gi. This is a gi top. This is one of the new additions. I'm only doing like 100. I've only done 150 of these. There's 3 different gis. There's 50. I draw these when I started I started microdosing like a couple years ago after Worlds, taking mushrooms, and I draw these on mushrooms. That's pretty funny.
Nice.
Yeah. This is Xanadu-san.
I got some symbols down.
Yeah. This is a university. So like this is like the sun, moons, and then some stars.
Nice.
And then on the pants there's like a little palm tree.
Nice.
Xanadu.
That's very cool, man.
Yeah.
And now, so
There
what's
we go.
your socials now? So you have your social media, Xanadu God, right? And then you have another channel too.
Yeah, pretty much just Xanadu God is where I post everything now. I have just Xanadu God 2, like as in the letter 2. That's just like my backup account. Because I just like combined it, into one thing. But yeah, just Xanadu God. And I don't even have, to be honest, I don't even have like a website yet for the gigs. I've just been selling them over Instagram. Like it's very personal right now because it's only 150 gigs. So I'm just like selling like 10 a week, to be honest. Like I put them up, I'm like doing 10 today, message me, blah blah blah, and I just like send them out like that,
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, it's just like super like
It's cool, man. Great.
low key,
Yeah.
and build it from there. But,
So now you got Worlds, and then what do you got after that?
so I got I got world championship, and then I'm meant to be fighting Tyrell Tulo for the who's number 1 170 belt.
Okay.
In January 21st. And then I haven't got anything after that, but I'm going to be competing like at least one time per month for like the next like year, Yeah, at least minimum. Because like after missing all that time during COVID, I just want to like get as much competition out there as possible. Just like keep working really hard, and just like put my jiu-jitsu out there.
Yeah, well, dude. And besides that, I hope we see a lot more of your creative stuff too, man.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, like, you putting out, you got your own SoundCloud. You got a lot of stuff on the SoundCloud there.
Yeah, there's a SoundCloud. I have a SoundCloud. Everything has been sounding. I mean, everything I make is still pretty low quality at the moment because of my equipment. But yeah, I can like because of my setup, like, and the way I make music, it's like very improvised. So it takes me like literally 5 minutes to make a song. So I upload like music like all the time, like at least like once a week I upload a new song. So like my SoundCloud's in my bio on Instagram if you wanna check that out. I'm gonna keep trying to like get that better as well, because like doing jiu-jitsu full time, you still have like time like to do other stuff as well, like when you're resting.
So, yeah, that one thing you posted, you freaking you had your song going in the hotel room when you were competing at Nogi Woods
in the morning. Yeah. I'm gonna keep like doing some of those live performances and stuff, and keep trying to build that side as well. Yeah.
Awesome, man.
That's
Well,
awesome.
we look forward to seeing you at the Worlds, and for sure, man. It's definitely coming to you. You're putting the time in. It's showing. It's so awesome to see how you came up, and just your creativity being a huge part of your jiu-jitsu. I mean, just getting the exposure you've had in the last year, and it was really cool to even meet you in the beginning of that and just hang out. And that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to bring you out, because you're one of the most humble young guys up and coming that we'd love to have you on as support. So, but yeah, man,
I appreciate the support so much. Thank you so much.
Such an inspiration for us. And yeah, so make sure you guys keep an eye out. We're going to be putting up some content, and we're posting a lot of Levi's stuff for you on our channels. Make sure you like, subscribe, make sure you follow Levi, and keep an eye out for him coming up on his next couple things. You got Worlds, you got WNO, and we got the World Takeover of Xanadu God.
Yeah, and check out his gis and his music, man.
Thank you so much.
All right, take care, guys.
Thank
See you soon.
Bye.